Hi everyone, it's Denise Brown from the Caregiving Years Training Academy. How do we endure this pain and suffering? I always remember Carla, who cared for her husband and her mother-in-law, and that quote that she shared in a blog post that she wrote. And it is a question that I have asked myself over and over the years. She probably asked that question 10 years ago. I think, how do we endure the pain and suffering of a personal caregiving experience? And for me, the answer always actually rested with support, but not just any support. It's this idea that we connect to others who really want to listen to what we're experiencing, who are not intimidated by the pain and suffering we endure. The reality is, most people can't endure being with someone who is in pain and suffering. So here we are in a situation, caring for a family member, being fully present to them during a time that is painful, where they may be suffering. We stay fully present for them. We have our own pain and suffering. And then it can be hard for us to find someone who can sit with us, hold our hand, and just listen to what it's like. I think about someone on Twitter who I've recently connected with. She's just a lovely, wonderful, caring woman. And she recently talked about how she hasn't shared much about her caregiving experience because she finds people don't want to hear it. And you know why they don't want to hear it? Because they don't know what to do about the fact that she's in a situation that often brings pain and suffering. We don't know how to be with someone, except if you are caring for a family member. You get used to being in that situation. You get used to being with someone, and you understand that your presence provides support. And that's why it's so important that other family caregivers connect to another one who's been in a similar situation, because we understand the power of presence. We also know how to listen to someone in pain. So for probably 5 days every week for the better part of 30 years, I've been in a virtual caregiving support group, either a meeting, a conversation, or an actual support group. And people have asked me, oh my gosh, how do you keep doing that? How do you keep connecting with family caregivers in such a deep, powerful way? How do you stay present for them? It's because I learned how to stay present with them. It's because I learned how to listen to them. It's because I learned what it is that they need, and I stay fully present to that need, and it doesn't burn me out. In addition, as a writer, I find the stories of caregiving so compelling. And I truly believe every family caregiver deserves a good listener in their life. And that's why I believe so much in the training programs I developed, because I teach people how to be that listener during a caregiving experience, how to be fully present for your clients who are caring for a family member without burning out. How do you stay fully present to a client when they're having a terrible time and feel like you are enough? That's what I teach in my certified caregiving consultant training program. I so believe in knowing this because I have stayed in this space for more than 30 years because of what I know. And I want others to stay in this space. And I want family caregivers to receive the best. I don't want family caregivers to encounter a situation where they just decide to stay silent because they can't connect to someone who understands. We all need someone who understands and who feels confident and comfortable staying with us during a painful experience. And a painful experience that doesn't just last one day or 1 week, but years. We need someone who knows how to stay with us for years. And that's what I teach in the Certified Caregiving Consultant Training. So if you are currently working with or thinking about working with family caregivers, I really encourage you to look at our training. I help you be your best in working with family caregivers. And being your best is about being comfortable and confident in witnessing someone else's pain and feeling comfortable as a listener to that pain, not someone who steps in to fix it, but someone who steps in to listen to it, to understand, to be curious about it, because that's what family caregivers need. Just want to add one more thought. Because we often don't meet someone who wants to know our story, we stay silent. And really and truly, for most of us, the only time for us to tell any part of our story is in the healthcare system. But the healthcare system asks us closed ended questions: do you, will you, can you? So we don't get a chance to tell our story. We only get a chance to give data to the healthcare system. We all deserve a space to tell our story. And actually, in our consultant training, we have part of our live training devoted to telling 4-minute stories. Every attendee in the program tells a 4-minute story. And then we talk about how we can use that technique with our clients, because we see the power of it when we give someone the stage for 4 minutes. And you think, oh my gosh, it's either too long or too short, but it's actually just right. It's so interesting what people will tell you in 4 minutes. Except we never think, oh, I can't give someone 4 minutes. But we can, because of what we'll learn in their 4-minute story. So again, if you're thinking about working with family caregivers, if you're considering, for instance, starting an employee resource group in your company to help and support those who are in a caregiving situation, think about our training program, because you are going to be in conversation with family caregivers, and you want to be your best during those conversations. And I teach you that. I teach you how to be engaged in a conversation so it's effective for both of you. So the family caregiver feels heard and you feel like you're doing enough without burning out. If you're starting a small business to consult with family caregivers, if you already work with family caregivers in different settings like financial planning, think about our training program. I really teach you something that's really quite awesome. It's because I figured it out and I want you to know what I figured out. I don't want you to have to go through what I did to figure it out. So that's why I enjoy and invite you to join me. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks so much for listening. Take care.